Hey friends, I am so happy you are here today. Today we are going to be doing 10 steps to decluttering. So if you are new to the decluttering journey or you're kind of in a rut, these 10 tips are going to help you just propel you into success. So I have compiled everything that has helped me and also things that I have learned along this journey that is going to be able to help you. I am so excited to do this because sometimes we feel like we're in a rut with decluttering and this is going to get you started. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so step number one is figure out what your goal is. So basically, what is your why? Why are you starting this? Is it for your mental health because you just have too much stuff in your house? Is it because you want to make more space for something else? You are trying to organize your entire home. Whatever the why is, figure out what that is. I would even encourage you guys to write it down because when times get tough, you are going to go back to the why. It is going to help you stay on task. That is what I like to do. I like to figure out, why am I doing this? For me, it's usually for my mental health because I get very overwhelmed with clutter, and there is so much scientific evidence about clutter. Clutter affects your mind so much, and it says so much about your mental health. So I really encourage you guys to take a deeper look into your home and spaces that is overwhelming you. Let's figure out why it's overwhelming you. Let's figure out what we're going to do about it. Let's do these tips and you will feel so much better mentally and even physically. Step two, you are going to start with the easiest room first. So whatever that may be, and it doesn't have to be a room. It could be a drawer, it could be a closet, it could be your car. It doesn't matter. What is the easiest thing you can do first? Also, what is the thing that you can do start to finish? You don't want to start your biggest decluttering thing first. So if say your closet, your bedroom closet is just absolutely a mess, don't start there. Especially if you're kind of getting your feet wet with this decluttering journey, start with something small. I would recommend a drawer that is really quick and easy. You can do start to finish in a very short amount of time and you can get it done, and it just sets the tone. Also, I have said this in my other videos, instead of motivation, we are going to focus on momentum. You cannot rely on motivation. That is the fact, and you don't want to wait around all day for you to feel motivated to get things done. Oftentimes you'll be waiting way too long. So we're going to start with momentum. That means you're just going to put one foot in front of the other. You are going to get started, and I'm telling you, you will feel so good and it will just propel you into the next thing. So we're going to focus on momentum over motivation. Step three, you're going to get 4 boxes. Often I will talk about 3, but we are going to make it into 4 boxes. 4 boxes, bags, baskets, it doesn't matter. You are going to have 4 of those. The first one is going to be for trash right off the bat. Get a big old black trash bag or a basket or a box and just fill it up with all of the trash that you see. That is the easiest thing. That, like I said, start easy. And finding the trash, it's a no-brainer. You know it doesn't belong in there. You know you no longer need it. Stick it in the trash. The next box is going to be for donating or sell or give away. So just immediately throw all those things in there. If you want to sell them, then you can make a plan for those later. Right now, we are just getting through the mess. So that is your donate, sell, and give away. The third box is going to be for storage. Those are for things that you need to put away and put in another place, like the garage or, holiday supplies or whatever the case may be. You'll be able to fill in the blanks, but that is going to be your storage box. The next box, number 4, that is for your put away. And I talk about this all the time, especially if you struggle with ADD or you are having a hard time staying focused. When you have something in one space that you're decluttering, say you're in the kitchen and you see something that needs to go into the bathroom, do not put it in the bathroom just yet. Put it in that put away box. That will help you stay on task. That is so important, because if you're anything like me, as soon as you go into that bathroom, you're going to be focusing on things in the bathroom. And then you're going to have piles here and piles there. And then the next thing you know, you've got piles all over your house and you are completely overwhelmed. We are not going to do that. So get your 4 boxes and we're going to fill them up, and that's going to help us stay in one room, one task at a time. The next tip number 4 is give yourself a timer. I would start with 5 minutes. You can get a lot done in 5 minutes, especially if you're doing a little drawer. So I encourage you to set a timer. Wherever you set timers, your phone, your oven, wherever the case may be, set yourself a 5-minute timer. If you don't have a timer, play one of your favorite songs. Put on some music. Turn on an Audible. That's what I love. I love listening to Audible books. You can listen to a chapter. But again, set a timer, and you are going to do as much as you can in that time frame. Let me tell you something. When the time's up, more times than not, you're going to be ready to keep on going. And then at that point, set another timer. Tip number 5, you are going to give one thing away every single day. Now think about this. One thing every single day. If you did that every single day, that is 365 items in a year. Think about that. Now, does that mean you have to physically leave your house to give it away? No, put it in a donate box. Put it in that donate box. Put it in a closet or in the garage and take something every single day and drop it in there. Let me tell you something, it's gonna fill up faster than you even realize it, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, your house is gonna be feeling better and better. Listen, if it's not good for you in your house, go and bless somebody else with this. Somebody else will love it. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Trust me. This girl loves another man's trash. I love it. I'll make it my own. So that is another tip. When you're having a hard time getting rid of things, I'm gonna bless somebody else with it. Somebody else will be able to use this. Somebody else will be able to value this item. And let me tell you, it makes it a lot easier. The next tip, take your garbage bag and just fill it up as much as possible. Now, the other tips was like when you're in a room, you're gonna stay focused on that room. But if you're just wanting to zoom through the house really fast, get a garbage bag and just fill that sucker up with things you don't need. You can even throw clothes in there that are ripped or stained that you can't donate. Throw them in there. Any trash in the bathrooms, any like toothpaste, empty toothpaste containers or floss. Oh my gosh, I find little flossy things all over my house sometimes. I don't know why. I find socks with holes in them. I'm not keeping that stuff and I'm not donating it, so you're gonna throw it away. Fill up that trash bag. You can even use like a little Target bag or a little shopping bag. Go through your house and zoom through fast. That's when you can set that timer and you can just go, go, go. The next step. Now, this might sound a little crazy. Have you ever been to somebody's house and then when you go back to your own house, you look around, you're like, ugh, I don't like the way it's decorated, or I don't think it's very clean. It feels really cluttered. It doesn't feel really good. View your house as a visitor would. Let me tell you something. I have gotten some of the most motivation and momentum when I have left somebody else's house and come back to my own. I'm like, holy moly. I feel like all of the things that I have been blind to are like right there in my face. And I'm like, I've got to declutter this house. I have gone to my neighbor's house and I've walked through there. And when I get back to my house, I'm like, holy moly. Of course, I have 6 kids and she's only got 1. So like, obviously that's a big difference. But when I go into her house, it feels so light and airy. And when I come into mine, I'm like, bleh. We got some work to do. So view your house as a visitor would. Even if you just like walk outside for a bit, come back in, take some visual inventory of the things in your space. What do you notice that's out of place? What do you notice that's there that you don't really love? If there's a picture on your wall that you don't really love, take it down. If there are clothes in your closet that you don't wear, get rid of them. Do not hold on to those things. And that leads me to my next tip. So one of the next things is if there is anything in your house that you don't love and it doesn't bring you value, get rid of it. If there's something in your closet that you don't wear, but maybe one day, maybe you may wear it, get rid of it. When that time comes that you can fit into something else, more likely that won't even be in style anymore. So go ahead and get rid of it. I'm telling you, the wide open spaces in your house will bring you so much joy. Hear me out. It will make you feel so good. I'm telling you, less clutter in your house, less clutter in your mind. And I feel like that's like we all could use that these days. The next tip, get help. If you can get help from a friend, do it, or family, or even your kids or your spouse, get help. Make it fun. That is one of the biggest things. If you're not really looking forward to this, say you're not like loving decluttering, you're not like a naturally organized person, that this is like hard for you to do, get some help. Make it fun. Have a cup of coffee, get your favorite drink, maybe a yummy little meal. Sit down with a movie or a book or your favorite music. Have time to really connect with someone and make this fun. I'm telling you, many hands make light work, and it will make the process go so much quicker. And you can also help them as well. So it can kind of be like, you help me, I help you, and it's a beautiful thing. So make it fun and get some help. My next tip, and I want you to focus on this. So we already said, know your why. Why are you doing this? Write it down. That was what I said in the very beginning. Whatever the why is, figure out what that is. One thing I want to tell you is that if you are not a naturally tidy, clean person in your home, you don't have naturally organized spaces, you tend to leave things out, it is not a reflection on you as a human being. It is not a moral failure, okay? I just want to say that. A lot of us just kind of are in autopilot every day, and you walk in from a busy day and you throw your keys down, you throw your shoes down, backpacks, papers, and all the things. It's a lot of work to keep up with the house. A lot. And that's if you're just doing it on your own. And then when you add spouses and then animals and kids and whatever and jobs and all the things, it is not easy to keep up with things all the time. So when things escape you, when you step back and you look at your home and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. I don't want people to come over. I cannot believe I've let it get this way. Please remind yourself, it is not a moral failing. We have all been there. We are all working through this together. So it is not a reflection of you as a person. You are a wonderful, loving, compassionate, amazing, worthy, loved human being. And just because your house doesn't reflect how you want it to reflect doesn't mean there is anything wrong with you. Please say that over and over and over. Give yourself grace. This is not an easy process. And like I had mentioned, you have to crawl before you walk. You have to walk before you run. And if you're just getting your feet kind of wet in this whole decluttering organization process, these are some tips that will get you started. Or if you're in a rut, these are some tips that will get you started. I have a plethora of decluttering videos on my channel, but I wanted to make some specific videos just on how to declutter, where to start, especially if you're overwhelmed. Because our spaces, clutter attracts clutter, okay? It just does. I heard that from But First Coffee. I love her. And it's so true. So when you throw something down, something just attracts it. And then you have more and more and more. And next thing you know, you have a pile of papers on your counter and you're feeling overwhelmed. That is okay. Start small. Do little things that you can do. And I'm telling you, if you follow these steps and these tips, you will be able to make some serious progress, okay? Don't forget, do not be harsh with yourself. When you feel like you've started this process and maybe you haven't finished it, or here we are starting again, please don't be mean to yourself, okay? It is okay. Like I said, it's not a moral failure. We all do this. We are all going through this. That's why these videos are so popular. You are not alone in this journey. I want you to talk to yourself as if you were a parent to yourself, or how you would talk to your best friend or your child. Don't criticize yourself for not keeping up with it. Encourage yourself. I promise you, if you learn to speak positively about these things to yourself, you will make such a difference. And I'm not even kidding you, not with just decluttering and organizing or keeping a tidy home, but in your life. When you stop talking negatively about yourself and start speaking to yourself with love and grace and compassion, it will flood the rest of your life. Speak to yourself as you would talk to a child. Speak to yourself as you would talk to someone you love, your best friend. You would say, it's okay. You tried hard. You've had a lot going on. We're going to keep pushing forward. I want you to talk to yourself. And if you have a hard time, just hear me say, hey, it's okay. We're doing this together. You're not a failure. You're an amazing human being. One foot in front of the other. We've got this. It is all about progress, not perfection. Can we just get rid of that perfection, that perfect word? None of us are perfect. Nobody's houses are perfect. Forget about it. This is not Instagram worthy type of material. These are real lives, real people, real problems, real jobs, real kids. Listen, progress, not perfection. You and I, we can do this together. I am so glad to be doing this video today. I hope that I am able to help you start your decluttering journey. Again, I have a plethora of videos that if you want to watch someone just like run through and declutter, but these are the tips that I have in my mind, well, now on paper, that help me, and I know they can help you. I have had a lot of questions in my comments saying like, so where do I start? This is what's going on. What would you recommend? This is what I would recommend. And we're going to be getting things done. We are going to be getting some solid principles to get things done, to have our best lives. Again, the clutter in our mind, clutter in our home, let's get rid of it. Can we please? For the love, let's get rid of it. Progress over perfection. I love you all so much. I am glad to do this video for you guys. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and hey, you got this, okay? If no one's ever told you, you've got this. You're capable, you're loved, you're worthy, and hey, me and you, we're doing this together. So I cannot wait to see you on the next one. Bye guys.